Hey everybody, this is Greg Ryder, CEO of Angel Investors Network, and welcome to our live Google Hangout here today. And I'm super excited. The webinar is filling up, or actually it's a live Hangout, the webinar presentation. But we're on Google Live Hangout, and it's filling up here. And I can see there's Ed, and there's Mary, and there's George, and there's David. And hey, you guys, I just want to let you know if you can hear me okay, go ahead, type in the chat box or the question box that you can hear me okay. And I want to make sure the audio is going good. And so we've got a great presentation for you today, and I can tell you I'm so happy that you've got Kevin Harrington with me here. Hey Kevin, say howdy to everybody real quick.
Hey, great to be here, Greg. Always a pleasure. Looking forward to having a nice time with any of the investors out there today.
So what I've got is I've got a PowerPoint put together. We're going to jump back and forth to live, but the PowerPoint's going to guide us, and we're really going to talk about the 3 secrets of raising capital and things that you guys got to understand as entrepreneurs. They're going to help you get there. And our goal is we want to make sure that you can position yourself to get the money you need from investors without making the costly mistakes that are going to cost you your future. Because Kevin and I both have met hundreds, if not thousands, of investors who were pitching us for money 6 months ago, were pitching us for money a year ago, were pitching us for money a year and a half ago, and they never did what it took to get to the right position. They're still in the same place, and we don't want that to be you. So let's go ahead and dive into this PowerPoint, and I'll just show you what's going on. Okay, so our promise to you is during this presentation, we're going to share with you what investors must see for you to have a chance, and I want to underscore and underline a chance to getting funding. Right? Without knowing this stuff, you have no chance of getting funding. Now, here's the other thing that what we're going to do is I talked to Kevin, and for everybody who stays till the end of this presentation, we've got some free gifts for you. I'm going to give you a copy of my book, Saving America One Crowd at a Time. We're going to give you a copy of the 10 Steps to a Perfect Agreement, which is just a crucial document to help you set up every agreement you ever do to make sure you do it properly. And then Kevin's put together a really cool report called the 10 Steps to the Perfect Pitch, how to work a Shark Tank shark into a frenzy to fund your deal. Everybody who stays till the end of this presentation, we're going to give you a link. You're going to be able to get all of those free gifts as our way of saying thanks to you. So this is a rare opportunity to have both Kevin and I here to share with you our wisdom. And I want you to do one thing. Please turn off your TV, your cell phones, eliminate any distractions. We want you to be fully attentive to what we're doing and where we're going with this. And it's really important that you do that. And first I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, then we're going to dive into Kevin, and then we're going to dive right into the content we want to give you. But Angel Investors Network, we have 3 divisions. We're a nationwide network of angel investors. We invest in companies, and we help entrepreneurs succeed and create wealth. We have a division called Angel Marketing. We have a division called Angel Money Marketing Live, which is our event division, and we also publish the Angel Investors News, which is a nationwide newsletter that goes out nationwide to both high net worth investors and entrepreneurs nationwide. Kevin, on the other hand, and I don't know that Kevin needs an introduction, but I want to go ahead and we're going to roll a little video on Kevin, and we want everyone to kind of meet Kevin the proper way. So let me go ahead and load this this video, and we're going to go ahead and watch a little pre-roll video, Kevin, then we're going to dive right into this stuff.
Meet Kevin Harrington.
With 500 products launched and generating over $4 billion in product sales worldwide, Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, original shark on Shark Tank, and as seen on TV, pioneer. Kevin is the ambassador and principal architect of the global direct response industry and co-founder of the Electronic Retailing Association. Kevin creates massive brands by combining great products with superstar talent like Kim Kardashian, 50 Cent, Kathy and Paris Hilton, Chris and Bruce Jenner, CeeLo Green, George Foreman, Billy Mays, Anthony Sullivan, Jack LaLanne, Montel Williams, Hulk Hogan, and Tony Little.
My brand now is worth over $3 billion. So my advice to everybody, if you even have an idea, you'd want to go to Kevin Harrington.
Based upon his massive success in pioneering the infomercial industry, Kevin was selected for the ABC hit TV show Shark Tank, where he appeared in over 150 segments, also currently running on CNBC. Kevin has appeared in numerous television segments: CNN, Fox Business, Bloomberg, Jim Cramer's The Street, MTV, Good Morning America, CBS Morning News, CNBC Squawk Box, Entrepreneur, Fox and Friends, Bethany, and The View.
Kevin Harrington. Hey, Kevin.
Kevin was awarded the ERA's Lifetime Achievement Award for his monumental impact on the industry. Kevin is the author of Act Now, How I Turn Ideas into $1,000,000 Products. Kevin is inventor of the infomercial, original Shark on Shark Tank, as seen on TV pioneer, and the $1,000,000,000 man, Kevin Harrington.
Okay, so that was a cool video. So Kevin and I have been involved with Angel Investors Network for about 5 years now. And Kevin, we're going to get into these 3 secrets in a minute, but I just want to say that video and what you've done with entrepreneurs is pretty amazing stuff.
Well, you know, it's been 40 years now, Greg. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. I say that I think my mother may have had something to do with producing that video, so she's up there watching over me. But yeah, I mean, look, it's all about putting a focus on something you do good, and I've been doing this as seen on TV world for many years, and that's now led me into investing in some cool projects also. So you know, I've invested in hundreds of deals, and now as a part of Angel Investors Network, I get an opportunity to see a lot of things that are outside of that as seen on TV space. So it gives me more diversification, which I really enjoy.
Well, and I think that's the whole point of us doing this, is we want to look at more deals and we want to help more entrepreneurs, but we want to make sure the entrepreneurs have their act together and kind of get this this understanding of how you actually get funded, so we can create the the dreams and the reality of what's going on. So when we start talking about the 3 secrets, we have secret number 1, which is professional investors rate and score deals. You know, we actually do that. We actually do that as a comparison to what's going on. And secret number 2 is we invest in, professional investors invest in certain sectors and certain verticals. We're going to break this down. And secret number 3, investors, you got to learn the language of capital and language of money. So let's just dive right into secret number 1 and talking about scoring deals. So professional investors rate and score deals. And when we rate and score deals, we have to be able to compare one deal to another. So Kevin sees probably, what, 20 to 50 deals a week, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I say pretty close to 100 plus a month.
Yeah, and we see the same. So for us, in order to put something together, to organize which deals worthy of our time and worthy of investment dollars, not to mention worthy of our thousands of investors in our network, we actually rate and score deals. So here on the screen is an example of a funding evaluation. So one of the things that we do is we have professional analysts and we do funding evaluations, and this is on a company called Starshop. And this is actually a company that Kevin started, and our group invested over $3 million in Starshop. But we actually rate the company in these 7 different areas: strategic fit, team, presentation, opportunity, plan, progress, and return. And when we do this, it gives us a way to score a particular deal and then compare it from one to another. And you haven't seen this for a while, but let's go back one slide, Ed. Go back to that slide. So look at that progress. So we actually did this evaluation on Starshop, was it about a year and a half, 2 years ago, Kevin? And you can see how they rated super high in all the areas, but in the progress they didn't have a high rating at all because they just started. It was just basically something that Kevin had just started up. Okay, so go that next screen, Ed. So here's just an example of how we rate a deal, and I'm not going to show you all of the rating systems and everything we do, but experience in the industry, time working together with your team, your energy and enthusiasm, your experience raising capital, your sales experience, your depth in time, and we actually give a scoring system on each one of these areas. And go back to that one, Ed. Go in each one of these areas, and then we score it, and then we give you notes. And then what we do is we actually meet with the principals of the company and we go over this. Now, Kevin, how important is it to us for us to get this information and have these funding evaluations so we can properly look at a deal and decide if we want to move forward to the next step of due diligence?
Well, it's vital, Greg, because you have to understand all aspects of the business. Sometimes investors, they get excited about something, and they just, they have their own gut feel about an opportunity, but by scoring it like this, you're able to dive deep in each area that's important. You've got to have the experience. You've got to have the management team. All of the different things. Energy, enthusiasm, sure, that's important too. You know, you got to know what is it that this management team is excited about, where they've gone, where they've been, and the depth of that team, and how they're going to be able to handle the growth of this business.
And we've basically made it a practice, and it's not just unique to us, but all the angel groups, and let's say this, there's professional investors and there's high net worth investors that are not professionals, but all angel groups and all professional investors, we all have our method of scoring deals. And there's lots of different ways to score deals. This is our method of scoring deals, and I'll show you like a little recap on that next screen, Ed. So on the next screen, these are the different areas that we do. We look at your strategic fit within the industry or the vertical you're in. We look at your team, and obviously every investor will tell you that team is so important. We probably weight 60 to 70% of all of our investments on the team. We look at your presentation. How well can you present this deal? And again, these are actual scores and actual ratings that we did on StarShop. Our analysts from Angel Investor Network did on StarShop, and these are actual scores that we did when Kevin was launching StarShop. Then we talk about the opportunity. How big is the opportunity? How lucrative is it? We talk about the plan. How well is the plan put together? Where's the progress? What's the potential return? And then we give it a total score. So now if we look at 20 deals a week or 5 deals a week, or it doesn't matter however many it is, we can look at the score from one deal to the next deal. And again, we will not move a deal forward in opening it up and showing it to our investor network without doing this. Now here's a couple reasons why. One is, if we don't properly score your deal and rate your deal, how do we know where we need to help you grow and get better? Two, we've built trust with our nationwide network of investors. The reason we were able to get $3 million in StarShop's deals because our investors trust us to do some precursor due diligence and look at deals and not throw quote-unquote crap down the pipeline. They don't want to spend time looking at deals. That's what our job is, to look at deals and fret deals out and fish deals out and make sure we find the good ones. And so we teach our investors to score their own deals, but they also rely on us to score deals, and we do that before we move forward on anything else. And it's just crucial to us moving forward with an investor network. So I hope you guys understand that. And if you guys have any questions, we're going to answer questions at the end of this, and we'll be able to get your questions answered. And I think the questions also get emailed to us. We'll also be able to email you answers to your specific questions. So you can go ahead and type your questions in the question box and keep moving forward. So let's jump on to secret number 2. So secret number 2 is professional investors. And again, here's the thing about this. I want you guys to have your package put together for professional investors. If you have a package, you're looking to raise money, and you meet the needs of a professional investor, you'll be able to raise money from anybody. So that's kind of the key. And professional investors, they only invest in certain verticals and certain sectors. So Kevin, let's give an example of what kind of deals do you like to look at, and what kind of deals won't you look at?
Well, number one, I love products that involve consumer goods, direct to the consumer. So when, being in the as seen on TV business, we develop a product, we tie up the IP, we own the IP, we then manufacture the product, import it, sell it direct to the consumer, and then take it into retail distribution. So I have, in my industry, I have the connections for manufacturing, for intellectual property protection, for production, for distribution, and then ultimately that retail component is the big kahuna in our world, where we can actually then take the products into retail and make big money. So we go into Walgreens, Walmart, Target, etc. So when I see a product that I can plug right into that scenario with all that distribution, that's very exciting to me, because I've got a good knowledge of that, and I also have great connections and a great Rolodex. But when somebody walks in my office and says, hey, would you like to invest in this new biotech deal, I don't have the slightest idea. It might be a long-term payback, whereas in my industry, I can see paybacks in anywhere from 6 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years maybe. So that's a quicker turn than a biotech that might be a 5-year or 10-year, and I just don't have, I don't have the stomach or the knowledge of that industry.
See, and so that's so crucial because I can't tell you how much time I see entrepreneurs wasting chasing the wrong investor. And again, because Kevin and I are partners, they call me up all the time. Oh, can you get me in front of Kevin? Oh, can you introduce this to Kevin? Can you show this deal to Kevin? And I just take a quick look at the deal and go, no, Kevin's not going to be interested in that deal, right? And that's no different than me. That's no different than every angel group in the country. It's no different than the venture capital groups, the private equity funds. Everyone has their verticals. Everyone has their thing that they invest in. So you, as an investor, need to do one thing. You need to figure out how to profile and identify your perfect investor. So just like if you're doing a product launch, or just like if you're launching a product like Kevin's talking about consumer goods, they profile, hey, where they're going to run their ads, who they're going to market their product to, who the target market is for the product or service. Well, we at Angel Investors Network believe in doing the same exact thing for investors. We want you to profile your ideal investor, and we want to do that starting in two areas. We want to define that in their demographic and the psychographic areas. And a demographic is, it's a term in marketing where you describe the grouping of a market segment: age, gender, geographic location, things of that nature. And psychographics is the study of their personality, the values that they believe in, the attitudes, the interests, and the lifestyles. And so, Kevin, I know you guys have done this like ad nauseum in the infomercial world. How important is that to the end world, and then correlate that over into the investment world?
Yeah, it's very important. You have to know all of the background of all of the different the people that you're dealing with. Demographics. In the world of as seen on TV, again, because I just go back to that because that's what I've been doing for the last 30 years. Demographics are important. If we're selling a golf product, we got to know who those demographics are, as well as the psychographics, because there's a different personality and lifestyle for people that are interested in golf than would be bowling or even soccer or baseball. So defining these kinds of background informations are vital to the success of knowing whether the investment is going to match.
No, it's so crucial. So what we do at Angel Investors Network, when we coach and mentor entrepreneurs, we help them identify who is their ideal investor, what kind of investor would invest in that deal, where to find that investor, and then you also think about how to present to that investor. So certain investors want to be presented, or certain psychographics would be presented one way or another, right? So we want to help coach you and mentor you that. So one, you're not wasting time chasing the wrong investor, and two, you have the marketing messaging and the right pitch to get to the end of the road. Because Kevin, you're always talking about, what's the 3 P's you say? You say when you talk about pitching.
When I talk about pitching,
please tease and.
Yeah, it's not P's. It's T's, please, and C's. There's one P in there, but that's okay. You tease with it. Actually, you tease with a problem. You please with the solutions to the problem, and then you seize with an irresistible offer.
Yeah, and so that's marketing, right? And you got to, and that might be different for somebody in an angel group than it would be a high net worth investor, than it would be a joint venture partner. So we want to help you, coach you along those lines. So let's move on to secret number 3. This is so crucial, is you have to learn the language of money, and you have to learn to listen. I can't tell you how often I'm talking to an entrepreneur and they're telling me about their deal and they're in love with their deal, and they just keep rambling on and rambling on and rambling on, and then I give them some questions and they don't even answer my questions. They don't really listen to me. And so I really want entrepreneurs to understand you have to learn to listen to the investor, ask questions, ask leading questions, and learn to listen to what the investor is asking you and get those answers for him, and then learn the language of money. If you don't understand what pre-money valuation is, post-money valuation is, these things are deal killers. So Kevin, can you think of any situations where you've encountered entrepreneurs and they're not listening to you, and two, when they talk, when certain words come out of their mouth, can you think of any red flags that just make you think, okay, I'm not going to invest in this guy because he doesn't even have the basic language down, and little red flags come up because of the words that are coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, so when an investor comes in, when a person comes in looking for money, and they say, so this is a $10 billion industry that I'm in, and if we only get 10% of the industry, that's $1 billion, right? Instantly, I know that they know nothing about what they're talking about, because it doesn't just work that way. Nobody gets 10% of an industry just because it's a big industry, right? You need to show me a marketing plan, and you need to show me where the money's going to be spent in some kind of a marketing plan that's going to generate that $1 billion, because the $10 billion is already locked in with somebody that owns that business, and you've got to steal that business away from them in some fashion. And it doesn't just happen because you're getting into the industry. So, and then they'll even say, okay, well, look, forget about 10%, at least 1%. So we're going to do at least 100 million. There's no correlation between how big the industry is and what you're necessarily going to do in sales, unless you've tied it to a very specific marketing plan with the use of proceeds that's going to focus on that marketing. So yeah, I get a lot of crazy situations where people talk stuff like that just turns me off instantly.
Yeah, and the bottom line is we want to help entrepreneurs get their dreams, get the capital. We have investors that want to invest. There's tons of money out there. There's billions of dollars on the sidelines waiting to invest in deals. So with just a little bit of coaching, a little bit of guidance from people that have been there, done that, we can help you eliminate these mistakes and get the funding you want. And again, if you ever watch Shark Tank TV show, you see this happen almost every episode. Something they're saying that kills the deal, gets them out of the deal. And even I was watching one last night, and the guy was talking about how they were going to go from 2.6 million in revenues to 35 million revenues in the next 12 months. And all the sharks are like, you're crazy, we're out. And the guy actually had a pretty good deal. So.
Yeah.
So these are it's just across the board. So we're kind of running out of time. I want to end this up, but we hope you've got value out of this. But let me ask you guys a question, because we want to help you. So if we, Angel Investors Network, Kevin, my team, if we could help you with your business, would you want our help? And I think, go ahead, type in the question box if you think that would be helpful. I'm pretty sure the answer is that yes. So let me talk about an investment that you can make that can really change your life. And the idea is that we've put together what we call the Funding Optimization and Mentorship Program. And this Funding Optimization and Membership Program is broken up into like 5 different parts, where we are going to conduct a funding evaluation on your deal. We're going to take this 33 areas of your business. We're going to have a professional analyst from my team go through your business plan, your financial projections. We're going to have you actually do a pitch and give us a presentation, your PowerPoint, your pitch deck. We're going to do some cursory research on your industry, and we're going to rate your deal. Secondly, go back, Ed. Secondly, we're going to give you access to our membership site, and I'm going to talk about that here in a few minutes. We're going to actually coach and mentor you, and then we're going to have to help you create and upgrade your presentation so what's called investor grade. And I can't emphasize enough about how investor grade is, because again, if you can create an investor grade plan that would impress Kevin Harrington, would impress Greg Ryder, that would impress a venture capitalist, it's going to make your chances of getting funded tenfold more than not having an investor grade presentation. And then last but not least, we figured, okay, now we've coached you, we've helped you, and we've evaluated you, we've got you ready, we've got you all packaged up. Now we're going to email you to our Angel database. And our Angel database is continually growing. They've invested hundreds of millions of dollars in deals over the years, and we want to introduce you to that database. So let's break down each one of these, and then Kevin and I will talk about them. So again, we're going to conduct a funding evaluation on your deal. We're going to rate and score every aspect of your deal and your business plan, just like we did for StarShop, just like we did for all of the companies we've ever invested in. And I can tell you another benefit to this. Kevin, let me get your opinion on this, because I don't think you and I have ever talked about this. If somebody came to you and they said, hey, we've got this funding evaluation from Angel Investors Network. Let's say you're not associated with Angel Investors Network, but they're third party, and they've rated our deal. Would you take a few minutes to look at that rating and scoring system and give it some more credibility to the deal if they had an independent person or organization rate their deal?
Sure. Yeah, it's just sort of like a good housekeeping seal of approval.
Yep. So what we tell entrepreneurs is that this system, once we give this to you, not only is it going to be great for our investors who we're going to be sharing it with, but you can take that to other people you're pitching and say, hey, Angel Investors Network did this evaluation on us, and here's how we rated and scored. And the other thing that's really valuable about this situation is when you get low scores, you'll know exactly what you need to do and where you need to beef up your presentation to make an investor grade. Okay, so moving on to the next situation. we're going to give you access to our membership site. So Kevin, myself, my team, for years have been creating documents, pitch take, PowerPoint templates, private placement templates, term sheet templates. We have a whole document library that is in our membership site. Kevin and I have done all kinds of things on crowdfunding and the 10 steps to the perfect pitch Kevin did. There's all kinds of stuff in our membership site. We charge $470 a year for this membership site. We're going to give you access to it immediately so you can dive in there. You can get access to our document library. And by the way, our document library, we have one for entrepreneurs and one for investors, and it's all on the same membership site. We want you, the entrepreneur, to see what we're teaching investors. We want the investors to see what we're teaching entrepreneurs because we think that'll make for stronger investments and better returns. So we're going to give you access to that membership site and all these documents to help you accelerate what you're doing and where you're going and ask those right questions. So it helps you with the language and helps you with your presentation to investors. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to coach and mentor you. So when we do our funding evaluation, our analyst, whoever on our team does it, is going to get with you, and after they do this, they're going to spend a solid probably hour and a half with you going through the funding evaluation, every area, why we scored you the way we scored you, how you could have increased your scores, and what you can do to increase your scores. And through that, it's like coaching you and mentoring you. In addition to that, we'll have somebody else on our team that will set aside an hour for you and help you wherever you get stuck. I need help with my capital structure. And again, I can't tell you how important that is, right? The valuation and capital structure. So we're going to help you with that and every bit of the way to help you structure your deal and get that done. And that's all going to come through our mentoring program. And in addition, each week we have Ask the Expert members-only webinar. So you can log on to a webinar like we're doing now, a live hangout, and you can ask your question on a week-by-week basis. And we have our team that's on these webinars that's going to help answer your questions and get you unstuck. And in addition to that, we're going to, as I said, you email our Angel database when you, but not until you're ready. Like a lot of times, we'll do our funding evaluation, and we'll score you and rate you, and you'll go, okay, well, can you hold off on email in the database until we've cleaned this up? And we say, yeah, sure. So when you're ready and you've done all this, we're going to email our database and expose you to our database with the hopes of finding some investors who want to invest in your deal. Now, Kevin, like that one right there, how valuable do you think that is to an entrepreneur for us to market their deal to our database investors?
Well, I already know the answer to that because we've seen it, time and time again. It's that your database is almost gold is one way to look at it, because these are people that they know what they want. If you hit their sweet spot, they're ready to roll in many cases. But I will say this: the opportunity has to be solid. So it's all about getting access. As I say it, like people come on Shark Tank. Why? Because they want access to that Rolodex of the shark, right? Well, that's kind of what we're giving people at Angel Investors Network, is access to our Rolodex, and so if they get the good rating system, number, after we do the evaluation and they get access, they've got a good opportunity with Angel Investors Network for sure.
Yeah, so that's just kind of like prices. So let's talk about this. So one of the things you got to understand is this optimization mentorship program is so valuable. It's going to really give you the chance to succeed. And I got to tell people, Kevin's seeing 100 deals a month, 50 deals a month. We're seeing at least that, and it's growing every day. And if you want a chance to succeed, you really need to do this kind of stuff. So let me talk about this. So if we were to just to do a funding evaluation on our deal, and we have one of our analysts go through all this stuff, that's a $2,000 price tag. We give you the report, we give you the charts and the graphs, and you can use that. That's part of the deal. The second part of the deal is our membership site. Hit the thing, Ed. So the membership site's $470. This is the value of what's in this program. Coaching and mentoring you, that's 2 hours, $300 an hour. It's just under $600. We charge $297 an hour to coach and mentor you. To help you create an investor grade pitch, we charge another $600 to help you upgrade that and coach you and mentor you on how to get your package investor grade. Email our deal to our database. we were trying to put like if we were to charge for that, I don't know what it'd be because it's priceless. It's like, it only takes one investor. And actually on our website, we had recently investor, we introduced them to an investor, and because our introduction, that one investor invested $800,000 in their deal. So what is that worth? And again, we're not going to do this unless you've gone through this funding optimization program. So this is a total value of $3,658. Now, what we want to do today is we want to make you guys an offer that we're going to do this. Now, we think we're going to do this for free. We're not going to do this for free. It's going to cost you money. You have to pay money to get this work done by professionals in our team, with the idea that we're going to help you get to where you want to go. So today, we don't have an endless amount of analysts and team members that can do this. So we're only going to do this for like the next 7 people because we have to kind of keep our pipeline filled up. But for today, 7 people, your investment is $2,997, a one-time fee of $2,997. So Kevin, going back to some of the companies that you're working with, and I know you refer deals to us and we refer deals to you and we both look at the same deals, how many deals do you think may have got funded if they had gone through this coaching and this mentoring with what we're doing here? And like, just give me an example of your standpoint, because Kevin's hearing this for the first time. What kind of, do you think this is valuable? What do you think about this package we put together?
Well, no, let me say this. If in the business of raising capital, the biggest problem that you run into is time. People need the money. They need it now. I've seen companies come out with something. They needed the capital. They got knocked off because they didn't raise it fast enough. They lost their whole opportunity. Somebody else went out. There's countless stories like that. There was a guy that had a product that was like the Snuggie long before the Snuggie ever came out. The Snuggie came out and did $500 million, right? So, when you're raising capital, time is money, and what this does is it gives you a shortcut to get there. It gives you the training, it gives you the verbiage, how to talk to investors, and then it gives you access to the actual investors. It's a game changer, Greg. We all know it.
I just went ahead and put the link in the chat box. I know there's some people that are going, I need this, I want to do this, I see the value in this, and I just put it in there. And again, this is for the first 7 people. Once we get 7 people, we'll take the website down until our pipeline's back, and then we'll open it back up again. So from a timing perspective, we want to get you in right away and get you going. And I also want to say this, I want you to think about it this way. What's it going to cost you not to do this? What's it going to cost you not to take action? As I start out this hangout with this live webinar was, I meet people that 6 months ago, they haven't made any progress. And they have a great idea. They have a great deal. We want you to make a progress. So we want you to get going. So go ahead, click on that link, get going. But wait a sec. There's more. So because I got the infomercial king on here, I had to do it. The famous lines. As a matter of fact, you got to say it, Kevin. You got to say that famous line.
But wait, there's more.
So here's what we got. For the first 3 people that take action right now, you guys are action takers. You know this is for you. We're going to do 3 things. One is we're going to give you 2 tickets to Angel Money Marketing Live. Now, why are we doing this? Because we know that if you can get to a live event, you're going to meet angel investors, because at all of our events, we have live investors in the audience. 2, you're going to be able to meet with me, and you're going to be able to network with some really, really wicked smart people, and you're going to develop relationships, because we also know that in this world of entrepreneurship, it's not about what you know, it's about who knows you and who you know, right? So we're going to give you 2 tickets. These tickets are $997 a piece. You get 2 tickets to bring you and your team member to one of our events, and that's a bonus for the next 3 people only. Now, the next bonus that you're going to get is a lifetime account to BizPad. Now, this is even worth more than $1,197, but BizPad is a project and task management system that we use and that we own, so we can afford to do this, and we're going to allow you to have it. And the reason we do this is we think that entrepreneurs need to have tools that are going to help them manage their business, not necessarily manage their time, but manage their projects and manage their tasks so they can be more efficient. That's another $1,197 value. That's just a year's worth. We're going to give you a lifetime. And the last bonus that we're going to give you is I'm going to do a side-by-side Skype hangout or like a live hangout with you like this, or a Skype interview that we're going to use to introduce you to our investors. So not only do you get introduced to our investors, but we're going to do an interview with you where I'm actually interviewing you, and I'm coach. We're doing this interview together. So we're lending my credibility, my relationships, and we're going to get more people on that webinar. And here's an example of one that I did with Bernd Ullman, who I actually met as a because of Kevin, and he's the CEO of Star Branding, and he's partnered with Tommy Hilfiger. But the point is, that's another $497 value. So when we recap these bonuses and what you're going to get, here it is. You're going to get the funding evaluation on your deal. You're going to get access to our membership site. You're going to get us to coach and mentor you. You're going to get us to help you create an investor-grade pitch. We're going to throw in an email to our database on your deal. We're going to give you a bonus, 2 tickets to Angel Money Marketing Live, and we're going to give you a VIP account to BizPad, and we're also going to do a live Google Hangout with you that you can use. And that total value of this whole package is $6,546. But for you guys today, and today only, $2,970. The first 3 people get the bonuses, and then after that, the other people don't. There's only room for 7 people. So, Kevin, I don't know if you have any last little comments you want to make on this. I'm going to see if there's any questions coming in, but we're going to wrap this up here in a few minutes.
Yeah, Greg, all I would say is this. I learned how to do a lot of this, by trial and error, making mistakes. Because before I was making money, I needed to raise money. I'm going back in the late 80s when I was doing projects and I was talking to people till I was blue in the face to get money. And guess what? Sometimes it takes the wind out of your sail when you're talking to people, but they're the wrong people. So we made a lot of different points here. This is a business education on raising capital, and it's almost, it's like an MBA course almost. And I didn't even graduate college, and so they don't teach you these kind of things in college anyway. But it's the kind of things you learn over being an entrepreneur. And trial and error, and we've taken literally dozens of years of experience and whittled it down to a couple of key programs here that if you follow, you're going to jumpstart your chances. There's never a guarantee. Nobody's ever guaranteed to raise capital, but this is going to give you a much better chance, and it's a simpler system, and also access to an unbelievable Rolodex that you and I have been involved with for many, many years now.
Yeah, well said. So I hope you guys are taking advantage of this. I can already see that we have 2 orders that have already come in, and I see there's some questions coming in, and they're mostly about how long does this take. So I see like 4 people have asked the same questions, like if we get started right away, how long does it take? So we jump on this right away, and the whole process for us to do a funding evaluation is about 7 to 14 business days. So let's say 1 week to 3 weeks from start to finish, and that's if you give us the stuff we request on a timely basis. But we actually do work. There's a lot of hours involved, a lot of due diligence involved, a lot of review involved, and then we schedule this stuff. And we actually use BizPad, our project management system, to communicate back and forth with you, to transfer documents back and forth with you, and make sure that we get all the stuff answered. As it relates to getting access to the membership site, somebody's asking about that, you immediately will get an email, and you'll get an email with the username and password. You get access to the membership site, and you can start going through the document library and other cool educational content in there. And then once we all agree that we're going to do the email, you'll be mentioned in our email blast to our investors that we have rated and scored your deal and what's going on. And in addition, our next event is coming up. We do our Angel Money Marketing Live event about 3 times a year, and so it's usually not more than a month to 3 months away, and that's a great way for you to get hands-on, meet people, learn all about marketing and marketing your investment opportunity and getting this out there. And again, our goal is to help you succeed. We can't invest in every single deal that comes across our plate, but we can help every entrepreneur that comes across our plate. And I don't see any other questions that are coming through. I think everyone's pretty clear on what we're doing. So with that being said, if you still want to get it, go ahead and click on that link that I put in the chat box, and we want to see what we can do to help you succeed and get you going. And Kevin and I will be at an event coming up in July. Hopefully you guys will be there. You'll obviously be invited to that. You're on our email list at the Freedom Fest. And until then, we want to just see what we can do to do. Now, as promised, for those of you who stuck around all the way to the end, I want to make sure you get your free book and your free gifts. So you're going to have to go to Saving America One Crowd at a Time, Saving America One Crowd at a Time, and that's where you're going to get access to those free gifts that we promised you, my book and the 10 Steps to the Perfect Agreement and the 10 Steps to a Perfect Pitch. So with that being said, I want to say thank you, everybody. And Kevin, you got any last little comments you want to wrap things up with, and we'll call it a day?
I just, thank you, Greg. It's a great group to be involved with. I like hanging out with people with money. Okay, so Angel Investors Network. I'm going to leave you with one last thought. Your net worth is equal to your net work. Okay, so your network that you hang with, right? So when people hang with us, they hang with the Angels, they hang with our network. Your net worth can increase. So make that plunge, and look forward to seeing everybody out there. I'm part of the events that we do, Greg. You mentioned July. Looking forward to having a really good time out there at the Freedom Fest. So look forward to seeing anyone listening today. And Greg, thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
I appreciate it, Kevin, and I know that you got to go. We're running a little bit behind what our schedule was, so I want to say thanks. And I have a few people asking me a few more questions, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go, Kevin, and I'm going to answer a few more questions, and I'm going to pop into the membership site, but we'll talk to you soon.
2 thumbs up to Angels Investor Network. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Right, thanks, Kevin.
See you. Bye-bye.
All right, so I'm going to basically, somebody's asking me a little bit more about this membership site. So let me share my screen, and I'm going to dive into my membership site real quick, and I want to show you guys exactly what you can get in the membership site. Hold on a sec. I got to log on in a different browser here. ain.angelnetwork.com. Okay, so let me share my screen. Let's see here, share screen. So this is what the homepage of our membership site looks like. So I'm going to hit login, and again, you can see if you go to ain.angelnetwork.com, it's $470 a year, and see it's right here, $470 a year. And then I'm going to go ahead and log on. I'm going to use my robo form here. Let's see here. Let's see. And when we log in here, I'm logging in with the demo account. I'm not sure exactly what access this demo account has, but you get a landing screen here. You have courses and documents. You can see we have the 7 secrets to raising capital. We have trademark basics, the 10 steps to the perfect pitch, and bonuses. We have our newsletter archives. Now this one, I don't even have the document library, so let me log back out. I'm going to log in as a different account. Let's see here. I have multiple accounts. We'll log in here because I want to show you exactly what's in this document library, because this stuff's worth thousands and thousands of dollars. So here's our documents for investors. Here's our documents for entrepreneurs. And when you go into here, 10 steps to the perfect agreement, business plan evaluation checklist, business plan outline, business clarity questionnaire, sample license agreement, a plain English guide to the language of capital, answers to the most common stock questions, questions entrepreneurs should be prepared to answer, request to receive a private placement memorandum sheet, a sample private placement memorandum, sample term sheet, sample pitch decks. Here's our list of our top 100 VC spreadsheet. This is all the top 100 VCs in the country. They're all put together for you. Here's angel groups that are all listed out. Here's angel and investor VC firms, another list. Here's a list of incubators and accelerators. You don't have to do all the research and find stuff on the internet. It's right here. Here's some Shark Tank contacts and articles. Here's a radio media list. Here's a board of directors and board of advisors list. You see what I'm saying? There's just so much valuable content in this document library that saves you thousands and thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours of time. And you can see in here, we have Facebook advertising. We have the Angel Money Bootcamp. We have this video sales formula. So we combine not only how to raise capital, but marketing in general, because we know you need to learn how to market your product or service and how to do live events. That's going to help you make more money. So we're really, really big on marketing, and we're really, really big on continuing to teach you and coach you in all areas of marketing so you can really grow your business and get that cash flow. So I think it's fantastic. So somebody else asked me, do we have a guarantee? Well, here's what our guarantee is. If you do what we ask you to do, you go into the members area, we do the funding evaluation, and we kind of, it's like a conditional guarantee, meaning that we will 100% guarantee your money back. If you don't feel that the value is there, we'll give you your money back. But we want to be fair about it. We don't want you to just like have us do a bunch of work and you not do your work and then say you want your money back. So let's work together this. We want to have a team. And if this isn't a right fit for you, like when you invest your deal in this, and this isn't the right deal for you, we're going to give you your money back right away, because we want to make sure we help everybody. If we can't help you, we'll know right away we can't help you, and we'll give you your money back, and we'll tell you this isn't for you. So again, the link is in the chat box for you how to sign up. And I want you to go ahead and get signed up and get those bonus gifts and get going. And I can see, no, there's another question. Hold on a second. So Ed is asking, is there a payment plan? Currently, we do not have a payment plan. If you need to make payments, this might not be something that works for you, but you could call our office at 760-233-2860. That's 760-233-2860, and ask for one of the guys, and we'll talk to you about that. And if it makes sense for you, we'll do it. If it doesn't, we don't want to do it, because again, you have to have the money to invest in your future. And in some situations, people are going, I'm not ready for the funding evaluation. I'm not ready to do that. So you just need to get into the membership site. You need to get into the membership site. Let me put that URL in here right now. So you can just go to ain.angelnetwork.com, ain.angelnetwork.com. And I'm going to highlight that and paste this in here. Copy. I'm going to go paste. http://. So if you're maybe not ready for the funding evaluation, just go straight to the membership site, make your investment of $470, get into the membership site, get that stuff going, and start looking at this stuff. And again, you're not happy with what you find in there, it doesn't help you, let us know, we'll give you your money back. It's a great alternative to you getting in. So we hope that you've enjoyed this. I'm seeing that I've been going for a little bit too long, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. I don't really see any more questions other than what I've already answered, but you can always call us at 760-233-2863. In the meantime, get to that, go get signed up, check us out, stay on our list, read our emails, and help us refer people to us can help us, or that we can help them, I mean. So again, this is Greg saying thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Do what I do. Wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude and tell somebody you love them. And until then, have a fantastic day.